4 or 5 years ago, we didn't have an organization like this. I remember tabling for the first time at a Lunar New Year festival. People came up to us and asked us like, "Oh, what do you guys do?" At first, they thought we were a radio station because of big voices.
We went from Viet Vote, which was about civic engagement, to now Viet Voices.
We just had to break out of that mold of working on voting.
All issues are interconnected, right? We tend to think of them as silos, but they're not.
When we talk about Vietnamese Americans in general, San Diego is forgotten.
47% of the Vietnamese community here in City Heights are renters, and this is ground zero for gentrification.
People aren't just gonna discover us. We really have to make ourselves visible, put our voices out there, be out there, bring community together, to highlight our community, our talents, our diverse ways that we contribute to the community, to make sure that we amplify the voices of those who are not heard.
And so part of this organization has been 3 E's: education, engagement, and empowerment.
We turned into a nonprofit in 2019, and then the following year, the pandemic hit. So the idea of opening an office space was already in mind at the time.
Well, I remember the conversations in 2020 on Zoom. We knew it was a long shot and it was a lot of work, but we knew it was important to have that sense of place, to be recognized, to be solidified, to be official, right? To have an address.
Creating the environment for the Vietnamese community where they don't have to go through extra steps to be heard and understood.
We are telling the community that we are present and that we are here to advocate.
I also believe that an office space is an infrastructure. This work is not about a group of people anymore. It's literally about an infrastructure, so that way there's a structure for them to continue to work. Recently, we planted 45 trees on El Cajon Boulevard, and then also try to beautify the area a little bit more and create this really amazing, beautiful mural. The community came out to celebrate. It was colorful, red, yellow, everything was so gorgeous.
To me, I think the powerful part of art is the expressiveness in the aesthetic and the emotional response that it can bring. The work of political organizing and movement and social movements, it's one thing to present somebody data. Okay, but most people are gonna look at it and be like, okay, great. But art is an aesthetic that communicates emotion. It invokes feelings, and it invokes an imagination and a creativity in people in how they interpret that art.
And that's just creating a more complete story of us, trying to find a way to create the right environment for those conversations, because as older generations get older, those memories, even if they're tough, the good ones, the bad ones, the traumatizing ones, they still matter for our shared history. Because for a community to really make an impact, it's important for them to remember where they came from and also to have heroes.
We're taking our time building the space and super intentional about what the space can mean, how it look like, welcoming, even the idea of having a mural painted by a very good friend, something that the community can identify with.
It's a beautiful place, and it's such a milestone for Viet Voices to have their first office location. The ribbon that you see kind of cutting through it is what holds all of us together symbolically. I think it also just feels natural because it represents the duality of life, the duality of joy and sadness, or adversity and victories. It's a space to show that collaborations can form big ideas and growth can occur.
The ultimate goal we want to do is to build a community center for the Vietnamese community, to create a space that also allow people to feel belong. People come in and say, I want to do this, and I'm going to say, I trust you, that you know what you want to do and your idea, so let's go with that idea.
Older generation come here, they make a lot of sacrifices for us younger people. Now it's our turn to, in a sense, take care and support them.
How do we make sure that our community members members have the best opportunity for their full potential.
How do we heal the trauma that has been passed down through generations? And how do we also make peace with our dual identity as Vietnamese but also as Americans?
It's the Vietnamese community's space to let their voices be heard and for them to feel like that their problems are valid and at that point find a solution.
And I want to see more people come into this space and just dream. It's an opportunity, right? Like, how people can totally have so much more.
Oh, I see us outgrowing this space. Only because I think what we're building here, people are going to want to rally behind it, and people are going to want to join us. This is a movement that we're trying to create, and we can't do it alone. This room can only hold so many people, and what I see is much bigger than this room.